October 30th, five kids named Frankie, Maximus, Desiree, Max, and Guadalupe met up in their secret club to plan a trip for the next day to an abandoned circus in the middle of a mysterious forest where there didn't seem to be any life whatsoever. The leader of the five was Maximus. He was the one who came up with the trip in the first place. Maximus said, "Let's go into the circus." They all gave one bewildered look at him. "Are you crazy?" they all said. "No, I just think it would be a cool idea to go," said Maximus. After a few minutes of arguing and debating, they all came down to an agreement. They were to go the next day. On a very chilly morning, the group of five met at the nearest coffee shop. "Are you sure you still want to do this, Maximus? We could be doing something else," said Desiree. "Yes, I'm sure. Why wouldn't I be?" Well, we are here already. Let's just go," said Max. So the five headed off to the forest. On their way, there was a freezing breeze that made them all shiver. "I don't think this is a good idea," said Guadalupe. "Oh, come on and stop being a scaredy cat," replied Frankie. "Yeah," said Maximus. There it was. The circus was far off in the distance. The circus tent was in bad shape. "So who's going to be the first one in?" said Frankie in a devilish voice. "There was no way I'm going in there," said Desiree. "Oh, come on." "Wait, I'll give you $5 if you'll go in," replied Frankie. "Fine, just because you won't, I will. You're the scaredy cat," said Desiree. Eventually, Desiree built up the courage to enter the creepy old circus. As Desiree walked into the circus, she heard a sudden sound of bats flying around inside the circus. "Squeal!" Desiree sounded like a pig. The rest of the group heard the squeal and were concerned, so they sprinted into the tent to see if Desiree was okay. "Desiree, are you okay?" the group yelled. "Yeah, I'm fine. I just got scared, that's all," replied Desiree. The group shot her a look of disappointment. They decided to go along with her into the tent. When they went in, immediately smelled something decaying. They did some exploring around the tent and found some disturbing things. They found a room filled with old torturing devices. As they were inspecting the devices, Max got a chilling feeling that somebody was watching them. They explored some more and discovered another room, this one being even more disturbing than the last. This one consisted of pictures hung up on the wall of torture devices being used. The pictures were absolutely gruesome. The five couldn't take it anymore. They got out of the room as soon as they could. Max still felt that they were being watched, and he couldn't take it anymore. "Who's there?" he yelled. The reply they received was absolutely sinister. "Get out." As soon as the five heard it, they tried to run for the exit, but they were lost in the circus and forgot which way they came from. Clack, clack, clack. The group immediately turned in the direction of the sound. What they saw was terrifying. It was a clown with blood all over its face and the letters TWISTY on its costume. The clown started to chase them. Then they yelled as they ran into a mirror maze because it was the only place to go. When the group entered the mirror maze, the simple sight of the old building would make you sick. The group was separated in the maze, and the clown's blood-curdling voice ringing through the building, and ghostly cries of regret echoing through the maze. In the group's panic, they managed to find one another. When Twisty's reflection appeared in the mirrors all around them, in a panic, the group broke the mirrors around them with debris from the building and realized that their way out was by breaking the mirrors. As they thought of this, they heard the most horrifying, sinister voice they had ever heard, and it said, "I'm coming for you," followed by a blood-curdling laugh that would give anyone nightmares. When they left the maze, they had no idea where to run. They ran into a depressing old tent where an eerie silence rang out until some footsteps broke the silence, and Twisty's voice echoed saying, "Come out, come out." After what seemed like hours, Twisty left. The eerie silence came back. Frankie was the first one to say, "Looks like someone was here." The tent had photos of what looked like old performers with an X through them, all except the one in the middle. There were also some newer photos of the group. Max said, "It's like he knew we would come." Then at that moment, they heard Twisty's horrifying laugh and noticed that Maximus was gone. "Twisty kidnapped Maximus," the group shouted, but then they finally realized what was really going on. Maximus was helping Twisty the whole time. He was the one who had led the group into Twisty's trap. As the group was running, they were intercepted by Twisty and Maximus. The group was scared and filled with rage toward Maximus. They couldn't believe that Maximus would betray them. Twisty took Frankie and Desiree and tied them to a pole. Meanwhile, Maximus took Max and Guadalupe and put them in a chair and handcuffed them to it. Maximus and Twisty went to go plan how to murder these 4 children, and they left Frankie tied to untie. Once they left, Frankie tried to untie the rope, which didn't work. Then he remembered he had a pocket knife in his pants pocket. He pulled it out and began to cut the rope. Finally, Frankie freed both Desiree and himself. Desiree and Frankie ran to go find where Maximus was handcuffed, and Guadalupe and Max. They eventually found them, and Max and Guadalupe were overjoyed to see them. "Where did he put the key?" asked Desiree. "We saw him hide it over in that drawer right next to the jar of worms," Max replied. "There were 2 keys. I snatched one of them." Will these teens make it out alive, or will they fall into the hands of Twisty and Maximus?
I did it.
Okay.